Hydro-Quebec is starting a new project to keep the electrification of Quebec moving forward. It's called the Collective Energy Initiative, and they're looking to get the public's feedback. That means you. And get your opinion on how you think it should be done. With more on this, let's go straight to the top and join the CEO of Hydro-Quebec, Sophie Brochu. Madame Brochu, thank you so much for coming back onto the program.
It's a pleasure. Elias, how are you?
I'm doing great. We will get to the Collective Energy Initiative, but you know what? I think our listeners like you. They like when you're on the show. And now when I mention that you'll be on the show, I'm getting text messages from listeners say, "Hey, can you ask this? Can you ask that?" so I'm going to ask you one question here, okay?
That's fine.
And I think a lot of listeners are thinking about this. This is from Sheila. And Sheila writes, "Elias, can you ask Sophie Brochu about how the government company can increase its rates?" April 1st, there was a hydro rate increase on an essential product during a pandemic while they are running a massive profit. And they just want to know more. So what do you say to someone who's like, "Hey, why did you increase hydro? It's a pandemic. We need a break."
Okay. How much time do I have, Elias? And you know what? If we don't talk about the initiatives that we were supposed to talk about, I'll come back on that one, because the question is very important and needs a proper answer. So if you
do a couple of minutes on that, and then the rest of the time on the initiative?
I'll try to do my best. And as you know, English is not my mother tongue, so it's not as fluent for me. Look, first, we certainly understand that electricity is a very important aspect of our economical life. One. Second, the residential tariffs in Quebec are the lowest in North America. The increase that was put in place is according to inflation. And this increase equivalates to about a couple of bucks a year in the overall schemes of things. I'm not saying this is not significant. I'm saying we're not talking about hundreds of dollars per year more, okay? The third thing is that we need Hydro-Quebec to make a reasonable rate of return on all the investment that we make in order for us to keep our assets maintained. The other thing is that all the money that we make at Hydro-Quebec goes to the government and is recycled into the vaccination, into healthcare, into education, into all the things that we need in order for us to strive as a society. So the money that Hydro-Quebec makes is all going back to the government or into the maintenance of the assets so that we can remain reliable. So I think it provides, now in the pandemic, we have been very cautious. We've told everybody, if you have an issue paying your bill, call us. If you have an issue with paying your bill, just call our contact service. We will put together a payment plan to allow you to go back on track and pay whatever you can pay. And we have promised that we will not cut electricity until a new date will be announced after pandemic. So I think Hydro-Quebec, frankly, is through the roof accommodating to make sure that we take care of the people who are most concerned about their ability to pay, maintain our electricity rate the lowest in North America, and making sure that as the money is flowed, we reinvest to make it reliable. And again, it's not a private company that goes out and pays dividends to shareholders wherever they are. It goes back directly into your schools, in your roads, in everything around us. So I hope this is helpful.
Well, I think it is helpful. I think you make a decent case on explaining it to Quebecers right there. Let's move things along, Madame Brochu, and talk about this collective energy initiative. And I guess it all has to do with the next phase, the future of Hydro-Quebec. And that's why I enjoy talking with you, because it's so much fun to talk about the future of where your utility is going to go. Tell us about this initiative and what you're looking for here.
And what we're looking for here, Elias, is completely new as an approach, never been done. Hydro-Quebec is opening its walls, opening its hearts, and going out to every citizen in the province, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever is your background, you are a citizen, you are a customer of Hydro-Quebec, and you are a shareholder. So we should be talking to all of you, this one unique person, and ask you, what do you think? What are your ideas when you look forward and you see this transition that we need to be making, and you see that we need to rebound the economy, and we have orchestrate the conversations around three themes: attracting businesses that are interested to be green, or launching new businesses that want to be green, to put themselves in what we call the new economy. The second theme is mobility. How do we move around in our cities? How do we move around in our countries? How can we make our, how do we say that in English, our déplacement? How do we move?
Our movements, yeah.
Our movements, be it train, buses, cars, bikes, electric. How can we make it even more enthusiastic in the way we do that? And the third one is we consume energy. And one of the things that we have is that our electricity is so cheap, Elias, that we're not the best in the world in making the best use of it, making sure that we conserve it. And the more we make the best use of it, the less we need to invest in new production, and it helps keeping the rates low. So these are three themes. If you go on our site, collectiveenergy.com, you will be presented.
.ca.
.ca. I'm sorry. You will.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Elias.
Yeah.
You will be presented with those clusters where you can put your ideas. You can do it once, twice. You think about something else. You come back, and we will collect all those ideas until summer. During the summer and during the fall, we will make a tree. We will classify those ideas, and we will see where there is like a consensus, something that really will make a difference in the life of our co-citizens. And this will be announced and worked out in the fall. And 2022, we're going to implement those ideas. So the idea here is to say, people used to say, oh, Hydro-Quebec is big, it's a black box, it's complicated, it makes a strategic plan, it throws it in our face, we're not too sure how it works, and this is l'État dans l'État, the government within government. Well, we're launching this, and so you know, before we do that with all of our people, we did that with our 20,000 employees in the fall.
Uh-huh.
And that was a first, too. And you would say, well, Hydro-Quebecers are Hydro-Quebecers, but hey, we're not all engineers, we're not all specialists, we're not all dam builders. We're sisters, mothers, clerks, technicians, and we all have families, and they talk to their families, and they gather the ideas. And actually, what you see as an initiative has been modified by what our own colleagues at Hydro-Quebec have provided us. So it really is new. We're certainly not going to be able to do everything that the people ask for. We're not going to be able to give life to all the ideas, but for sure, we will get great ideas that we would not have thought about, and we will have identified what are the common goals of the Quebecers. And gee, it feels so good to think about the future and raise our nose from the tip of our running shoes.
Madame Brochu, the reason why I knew the website was collectiveenergy.ca is because I just loaded it up. And you know, you had just mentioned that this is for all Quebecers, and I want to give you kudos here. You go to collectiveenergy.ca. By the way, you have a website address in French, you have a website address in English. You go to collectiveenergy.ca. It loads up your English website. I always appreciate how bilingual you are with your customer-facing initiatives, and I just encourage all of our listeners to go check it out, collectiveenergy.ca, and they can take part in the consultation. Madame Brochu, thank you for coming on the show. Got to let you go there.
Thank you for talking about that, and I look forward to answering more questions in the future. All right? You take care.